Tonight, mainly clear, low 66. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, that was your local weather on the 8s. An amazing starts right here on America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Mike Bettis, Sam Champion, Maria LaRosa. They are off this morning. We have a very busy morning ahead. 2014 going out with a bang. Cold, white bang for a lot of you. Winter Storm Frona taking shape and frigid air is invading. Our Mike Seidel, he is live in Minneapolis, Minnesota this morning, where they are feeling the bitter cold. Highs today barely into the double digits. Plus, what happened to Air Asia Flight 8501? We are following the mystery of the plane's disappearance mid-flight amidst thunderstorms. This morning, we're talking with experts who know all about flying in these types of conditions. But first, we're going to get a look at the big picture for you this morning. And stateside, it's all about the winter air that's coming back in, including Winter Storm Frona taking shape right now in the west. And here's a look at what we're going to anticipate. Over the past 4 hours, plenty of snow's fallen for us here in the Tetons, the Bitterroots, across the Cascades, down through the Wasatch, the Colorado Rockies. We're getting the snow as well. We put the future in motion here, and you can see the snow pushing south of Salt Lake, pushing through the Rockies, even out toward eastern Colorado and then western Kansas, I-70. A lot of times with snow and wind can be a real issue for us here. How much snow do we pick up? In some spots, it's going to be pretty good. 1 to 3 for us here through the Wasatch, and then maybe as much as 5 to 8 here through the Colorado Rockies. But in order to get some of that snow, you have to have cold air. And we've got plenty of Arctic air returning for us, and it gets its beginnings from Canada. But notice Bismarck today at 2. Billings will be just 8 degrees today. In North Platte, Nebraska, 19. In Des Moines, 29. And in Minneapolis, our temperature at just 11 degrees today. And then the next story that we're following for you is the mystery of the airplane that potentially went down somewhere in the Java Sea in Indonesia. We go across the globe and show you what was happening at the time, which were thunderstorms. What we have here is the intertropical convergence zone, where you get the northerly trade winds and the southerly trade winds that come together. And at some point in here, thunderstorms did become an issue for this plane, as the pilots did request a course change due to thunderstorms near their flight route. But first, we're going to take you into Minneapolis this morning. Very chilly conditions. The sun is up, but it's not going to warm temperatures all that much as we look over the mighty Mississippi. Officially reporting 4 degrees right now, and Mike Seidel is in Minneapolis. Those temperatures this morning, Mike, I'm sure a real slap in the face to a lot of Minnesotans who truly have had it easy the last month or so. It's been so mild.
It has, and I just got the latest just in from MSP. It's down to 2 now, 2 lonely degrees. So we've dropped from 7 down to 2 in a couple of hours here. The sun is getting set to come up. It's going to do very little to warm things up. Here's the thermometer downtown with the urban heat island effect. We're a couple of degrees warmer. Not that you'll notice. Everybody is layered up this morning after a very balmy, for the most part, December. 2 weeks ago, I was standing right here. We broke a record at 51 degrees. Our wind chill is at 10 below, but we've got wind chills in Minnesota up in the northeast part of the state. Flag Island down just below 40 below zero this morning because air temperatures up there are running 15 below and there's more wind up there. Let me take you certainly out to the streets of Minneapolis yesterday, where it wasn't nearly this cold. Mid-20s, which is about average. Wind chills are in the single numbers to teens, and everybody was layered up following some snow finally on Saturday. We'd had a bare ground for weeks. Up until Saturday, only 1.4 inches of snow. We picked up 4.2, so that quadruples the snowfall total. And how about some football yesterday? Some cold weather right here in town. Vikings taking on the Bears. Take a look at this twit pic. And this guy has got a bag over his face. His face is red, not from the cold. Embarrassment. He's a Bears fan. They lost to the Vikings yesterday, and there's the GM of the Bears. Obviously, there will be some shakeup in Chicago after a lackluster season, to say the least. Back here in the Twin Cities, we've got cold weather, and temperatures today have fallen to 2. We'll see if we can get back above 10 into double digits. It's going to be a tough road to follow. Tomorrow morning, down to 7 below, our coldest morning so far this season. We had 2 sub-zero mornings in November. November was very, very cold, about 8 degrees below average for the month, Kate. This month has been running over 6 degrees above average, but that's changing very quickly. I can feel that this morning out here on the streets of Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Yeah, even you look pretty bundled up, Mike, and I know how much you are able to handle that cold weather. Speaking of cold, let's take you to Denver, expecting quite a rude awakening. Take a look at this. Snow coming down, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we also have delays right now in and out of the airport. 57 minutes, it looks like, at least going in. So that's the delay currently in effect. It is currently snowing. Temperatures are currently cold, and they're going colder. This Arctic blast moving on south, and this is what it looks like in Denver over the next couple of days. Is that a 5? Oh, yeah. That's a 5 for your high temperature in the afternoon tomorrow. Now, the average high is 43 degrees. So just to give you some perspective on this, because I know you might be saying, hey, it's Denver, it's supposed to be cold. Well, if you don't live there, 43 degrees is where you should be. You're staying below it for the next 5 days. Look at this high. This is dragging down all that cold air right out of Canada, and it's plunging on south right down to the Red River. So you're going to see this Arctic air mass all the way down to Texas, 25 to 45 degrees below average for the early part of this week. So we're talking about some majorly cold air. These are the numbers for you. 8 degrees today for your high in Rapid City. 26 degrees below average there. Omaha, only 5 degrees below average. But look at tomorrow as this line plunges farther south, that blue line. You're going to be 15 degrees in Dodge City. Denver, 5 degrees, like I mentioned. Chicago, only about 11 degrees below average, but still very, very cold. And then as you get into Wednesday, we continue with the cold air mass. 15, a little bit of a rebound for you, Minneapolis, and Denver, 21 degrees. So a little better than you are sitting, at least today. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening in Oklahoma City, because this is another spot where we're going to be way below average. Not today, but the cold air arrives just in time for New Year's Eve, heading into New Year's Day. Your average high, 49 degrees. You're going to be about 28 on Wednesday, only 33, so just shy of freezing, just right above it as you head into your New Year's Day. So for those New Year Eve plans, if you're heading out in OKC and you're thinking, hey, you know, it's Oklahoma City, I can be pretty comfortable. Average high is 49 degrees. You can actually go ahead and pull out all those jackets you got. Put them all on, Mike. You're going to need them.
Oh, we will for sure. Kate, thank you very much. Day 2 now of the search for that missing AirAsia jet that disappeared on flight from Indonesia to Singapore. It's been suspended for the day, but stormers were in the area when that plane vanished from radar Sunday morning. New this morning, the head of Indonesia's Search and Rescue Agency says the hypothesis is the plane is likely at the bottom of the sea. The Airbus A320 was carrying 162 people when it disappeared 42 minutes into flight. The captain was an experienced pilot with more than 20,000 flying hours. Now, large waves and clouds hampered search efforts Sunday, and this is the first serious incident AirAsia's had in recent years. Meanwhile, it was an anxious journey for passengers who took the exact same flight path this morning.
We were supposed to be on that flight on the 28th, and it's eerie. It's like, and the flight just now was really bumpy, and so I don't know. But hopefully, you know, the flight yesterday they can find them.
Coming up at 10 after the hour, we're going to take an in-depth look at what conditions would have been like for pilots as they tried to navigate around that thunderstorm. We'll bring you a 3-dimensional look at the conditions that pilots all face when they encounter these towering cumulonimbus thunderstorms. Well, it will all stretch down to the Central Plains. It's cold air. Up next, how fast will that storm move, and what will it leave behind 6 inches to maybe a foot of snow? And who could see icy, dangerous travel conditions as well?
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
You train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Low Doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
Fire in the hole.
Sunday.
I think we got company.
Oh, wow.
Not the good kind either.
Amanda confronts a claim jumper.
He's waiting for us to leave so he can dig our hole through the night. If he comes up, it's on. You have to wait for me to find a pocket so you can take my stones.
Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, mainly clear, low 66. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash tonight at 9 here on the Weather Channel.
Started my Camry, went to the auction, won a storage locker, found an old guitar. Tracked down the previous owner. Reunited them. Hit the jackpot.
The bold new Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota. Let's go places.
When heartburn comes creeping up on you, fight back with Relief So Smooth. It's fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
This is the equivalent of the sugar in one regular soda. And this is one soda a day over an average adult lifetime. But there's a better choice. Drink more Brita water. Clean, refreshing Brita.
Welcome back to AMHQ. Hey, we've got some cold weather coming for the west. Cold enough, by the way, to maybe put snow into Las Vegas on New Year's Eve night. Let's take a look at where the cold air is coming from in places like Winterpeg, that's what I call it this time of the year. 22 below zero right now. You know, it's interesting. We use infrared satellite imagery like I'm showing here to look at the temperatures of cloud tops. But this area right here, it's not moving. It's static. We're actually looking through clear air and seeing the temperature of the surface there right now. Temperatures, again, as I mentioned, 20 to 22 degrees below zero. You know, that cold air is going to work its way all the way down in the southwestern part of the U.S. Look at our temperatures today. 18 degrees in Denver for a high, some 25 degrees below normal. Tomorrow, even down to Amarillo, you're running nearly 30 degrees below where you should be at this time of the year with a high temperature of only 21 degrees. And Wednesday, 31 degrees for Midland, Texas. Those temperatures below freezing are going to set up the possibility of some freezing precipitation across the southwest and the south. And let me show you how that sets up. So here we go Wednesday. This is New Year's Eve time frame. We've got cold air locked in place across the southwest, and a little system is going to draw a little bit of moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. Where these two come together, that cold air locked in at the surface, warm moist air riding above it, is going to produce the potential for some freezing precipitation. So on Wednesday, we've got the snow back across the Intermountain West. By Wednesday night into Thursday, in particular for places like Dallas up to Oklahoma City, we get into the possibility here of that freezing rain. And you see that set up right there, right in this region here, I-35, even down far south is I-10. And this is going to be during the morning hours of New Year's Day. Very concerned about this. Dallas, take a look in that Thursday time frame. A temperature of 32 degrees here in the morning is going to spell out those icy conditions. So stay tuned, guys. There's a lot of cold air in place coming down across the west. We'll send it back over to you.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. Well, all morning we've been exploring the disappearance of Air Asia Flight 8501. We're bringing a unique perspective this morning on a condition that what they may have been like for the pilots flying through a thunderstorm.
Yeah, we've got to open up the floor here and kind of show you. We want to give you some perspective on what exactly was going on, because when you hear 32,000 feet, 34,000 feet, the cruising altitude of this airline, we want to give you some perspective of what that looks like next to the thunderstorm it was trying to avoid.
So thunderstorms can be much taller than that, and we know that this plane itself was around 32,000 feet. It asked for an altitude change, but also keep in mind that the top of the thunderstorms it was trying to get around or over were at 50,000 feet. That's about 10,000 feet higher than a plane can actually legitimately fly. About 40,000 feet is the max for the Airbus 320.
So there's absolutely no way that this plane is going over. So what they did, they call in, they're trying to reroute, they're trying to go up in elevation at least a little bit. They're trying to ascend to at least 38,000 feet, get a better perspective on this, but apparently we're denied that.
And the thing is this, the best thing to do is do a course correction, go around it. And Airbus actually says in its manuals it recommends 20 nautical miles, or about 23 statute miles that we're all used to, or 5,000 feet above the storm. So going above wasn't going to be an option. Maybe they can go around it. The thing that's a real big threat in thunderstorms are updrafts and downdrafts. In a big towering thunderstorm, and a 50,000 foot top is a very powerful thunderstorm, you could get updraft or downdraft speeds, vertical motions in the atmosphere that are 100 miles per hour or greater.
Right. That obviously going to cause some major problems for an airplane if they're not able to divert around it. It did look like the last contact they were trying to turn south with some of that path, but you still have so much to contend with. What about hail in this? How big could that hailstone be?
A 50,000 foot cloud top, you're going to have extremely cold temperatures at the top. This is monsoon time for them, which means we've got a lot of moisture too, which means the bigger potential growth size for hailstones. They could potentially have been baseball, softball, or larger. That hits any part of the plane, the cracked windshield, nose. It could have been ailerons, spoilers, rudder, any of those things that become inoperable for the pilot makes it very difficult to control the vessel.
Talking about the super cold liquid yet. You know, and the fact that we could have had icing on the plane as well. So that's a whole nother factor.
Could have been multiple things that impacted this plane. We may never know for sure. Investigation just now underway. We'll be right back on AMHQ.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
If a denture were to be put under a microscope, we can see all the bacteria that still exists. Polident's unique MicroClean formula works in just 3 minutes, killing 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria. For a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
It's not too late to get what you really wanted for the holidays. Now at the Men's Warehouse after Christmas sale, get select designer suits for $249.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
You drop 40 grand on a new set of wheels, then wham, a minivan T-bones you. Guess what? Your insurance company will only give you $37,000 to replace it. Depreciation, they claim. How can my car depreciate before its first oil change, you ask? Maybe the better question is, why do you have that insurance company?
With Liberty Mutual New Car Replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles.
No credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here. Fire in the hole.
Sunday.
I think we got company.
Oh, wow.
Not the good kind either.
Amanda confronts a claim jumper.
He's waiting for us to leave so he can dig our hole through the night. If he comes up, it's on.
Don't miss the biggest auto event of the year, the 9th annual Boca Raton Concours d'Elegance, February 20th through the 22nd. This year, we celebrate the history of Cadillac and the 50th anniversary of the Ford Mustang. The festivities begin Friday night with our exclusive hangar party. Saturday, Howie Mandel provides the laughs following our gala dinner auction. And join us Sunday for the Concours d'Elegance, showcasing some of the world's finest antique and exotic cars and cycles. Details at bocacde.com.
If you struggle with back pain, you have the power to turn it off with this.
Smart Relief from Icy Hot. Just press a button and Smart Relief sends a wave of relaxing pulses that quickly and safely block even chronic back pain for fast, noticeable relief that lasts.
It's the same type of therapy doctors and physical therapists use. And it's wireless, reusable, and easy to use. Turn on Smart Relief and turn off pain.
314-8013.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash tonight at 9 here on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Low 66. Tuesday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to America's Morning Headquarters. You're taking a live look right now at the Space Needle. That's where you're looking off of. This is in Seattle. Clearly, look at the lights kind of moving around there in the wind. So we are a little bit on the breezy side there, but you had a pretty busy weekend. You had that winter storm Frona moving on shore. Now you're going to have a nice spring-like day. So good news in Seattle. You're a little bit better looking, but if you look a little further to your south, Frona is still causing some problems all the way down through the Rockies. That's where we'll continue to see that snow. And then take a look at the southeast. Driving problems for you here as showers continue. You're going to see some of that puddle on the roadways. And how about that Arctic air? It is plunging south. Minneapolis, Denver, 5 degrees for you tomorrow afternoon. That's not even your morning low. That's your high temperature for the day. You rebound quickly, though. By Wednesday, New Year's Eve, you're going to be 21 in Denver, only 41 in Dallas, though. Chicago, your high temperature of 20, so you know when that ball drops, it is going to be cold across much of the country. Another place it'll be chilly, New York City, your high on New Year's Day, only 36 degrees for all those parades going on. How about L.A.? If you're heading out to the Rose Bowl, 59 degrees for you there, so you actually need to pack a jacket if you're heading out to that game, because it is going to be on the cool side. You get up to 61 by Friday, but look at this next system. Man, Thursday and into Friday, we could see some freezing rain that spreads east as we get into the next couple of days. And Mike, as you know, freezing rain is our least favorite type of precipitation.
So difficult to travel in. I mean, it makes it virtually impossible. Kate, thank you for that. Well, we learned that day 2 in search of missing Air Asia Flight 8501 has been suspended with no significant developments. It's believed the aircraft may have crashed over the Java Sea Sunday with 162 people aboard. And we know that heavy thunderstorms were reported in the area at the time the plane lost contact with air traffic control. Mikey Kay, former helicopter pilot for the British Royal Air Force, joins us. And Mr. Kay, thanks for being with us this morning. In these types of situations, when we know that there is weather surrounding the pilot, really what is the MO for the cockpit when this happens?
I think the first thing to say, Mike, is that inclement weather and heavy storm cells in this part of the world is not something that's new or indifferent. And likewise, the ability to deal with this type of weather from the pilot's perspective is pretty normal procedure as well. Now, I did notice behind you that you've got a picture up of the weather radar. This is a general weather radar that can be seen in the cockpit, the A320 cockpit that the crews will use. And it's on a prominent liquid crystal display right in front of the guys and girls as they're flying. Now, this will allow the crew to be able to identify where heavy systems, weather systems are. And what the weather radar does is it picks up precipitation. So it will show magenta for heavy precipitation and it will show green for light precipitation. Now the weather radar goes out to about 160 miles, but the crew will start talking at 160 miles of what their options are. Now one of the things that has been talked about at the moment is the aircraft climbing the aircraft above these heavy storm cells. Very unusual. Cumulonimbus cumulus clouds can go, as we know, above 50,000 feet. The Airbus service ceiling isn't that high, so lateral separation is what pilots usually use. And as they get in towards 80 miles, they'll be talking to air traffic control. They'll be looking at what options they've got to go around these systems that you're showing.
Well, Mikey, what kind of delicate dance is this? Because the pilot may be wanting to do one thing, air traffic maybe wanting to do another thing. What kind of dance are they doing here to make sure everything's safe?
Well, the protocols are that air traffic require pilots to get in touch with them and coordinate not just navigation around the storm cells, but also coordinate with other air traffic. We know in this instance with 8501 that there were other aircraft transiting along that corridor and making the same type of diversions as 8501. So again, this is slightly unusual because there were other aircraft in the corridor doing the same thing.
Well, hopefully in the coming days we'll find out a little bit more. I know all our fingers are crossed. Mikey K joining us live this morning from New York. Appreciate your time this morning. Still many unanswered questions, and part of that mystery is ongoing, so we're going to have more on this at 9:40, a little bit past the hour. All right, still to come this morning, families of victims waiting for answers. Ahead, how weather could give more clues into its actual whereabouts this morning. That's when AMHQ returns.
Salt and pepper, you tell people to push it.
Push it real good.
It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'm pushing it real good.
I've smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs, and gushing gutters can destroy your home's foundation. Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Seal, the brand everyone trusts to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Just a quick shot, and Flex Seal fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks while remaining completely flexible. It's actually liquid rubber in a can. To show you the amazing sealing power of Flex Seal, we replaced the bottom of this boat with a screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. After a day on the water, not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry. And for places that are light, you're going to love Flex Seal Bright. Ideal on lighter surfaces. Perfect for quickly repairing decorative items. This light coating holds back water. A lot of water. It's like the Hoover Dam in a can. Use Flex Seal Clear to coat and protect. Now everything in plain sight can be sealed watertight. We replaced the bottom of this boat with plexiglass, drilled over 100 holes, and covered them in Flex Seal Clear. Not only does it stay afloat, but Flex Seal Clear keeps all the water out of the boat. Hello, fishing. Roofs and gutters, kitchens and bathrooms, pools, patios, and so much more. Don't call a repairman to fix leaks. You can get Flex Seal right now for just $19.99. And check this out. Flex Seal is available in all these incredible new colors. But wait, we're going to double your order and send you 2 cans of Flex Seal in your choice of clear, original, or bright for just $19.99. You're going to love Flex Seal. Here's how to order.
To order Flex Seal, call 1-800-581-9778 or go to getflexseal.com. Flex Seal colors now available. Call 1-800-581-9778 or go online now.
Fire in the hole.
Sunday.
I think we got company.
Oh, wow.
Not the good kind either.
Amanda confronts a claim jumper.
He's waiting for us to leave so he can dig our hole through the night. If he comes up, it's on. You have to wait for me to find a pocket so you can take my stones.
Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Low 66. Tuesday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash tonight at 9 here on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 1:30. Good morning, St. Louis. You're taking a look at the Arch this morning. It's 25 degrees currently. Guess what? Some cooler air is on the way. It's going to feel a lot more like January coming up, and it's been so mild lately.
So that gateway to the west, we're going even farther west, going to Phoenix, where we could see snow later this week. What?
In Phoenix?
In Phoenix, Arizona, folks. Snow in the forecast, 37 degrees there right now, but as you would expect, hardly a cloud in the sky. That might change later this week.
And just wait till you go up to Sedona or Flagstaff and see what they get there.
Place.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be fantastic. Welcome back in, everyone, to AMHQ. We've got rain in the southeast, Arctic cold, and we got the latest on the search for the missing Air Asia Flight 8501. Everything you need to know this morning. We want to get you in front of what's happening for us here stateside. It does include some opportunities for some rain, and that is especially true in the south. So on the floor here, you get current conditions showing you the stories that we're following for you. That soggy morning for us. A real issue for you, say, along I-10, then maybe along I-95, a place like Savannah. We'll have some showers for you today. Then right up through the Carolinas, western North Carolina, the Piedmont, and then eastern North Carolina. We have issues with some rain. In some spots here, it could be 1 to maybe as much as 2 in the heaviest pockets. And then our other story that we're following for you is what's going on with Winter Storm Frona. It is our 6th named storm of the season. In some areas, it'll produce as much as 5 to 8 inches of snow. And how about what's going on in Vegas? We've got you painted in blue. We've got 1 to 3 inches of snow potentially coming for the Strip in Las Vegas. I can't wait to see this on New Year's Eve. Arctic air is returning, though. You've got to have cold air to have the snow. Look at our temperature today. 25 degrees below average in Billings, 25 degrees below average in Denver, and not to be outdone, the Black Hills of South Dakota, including Rapid City, 26 degrees below average today. It is definitely a bitter cold start to the week for tens of millions of people. That Arctic blast making a comeback and may impact your New Year's Eve plans, anywhere from maybe Denver to Billings to Omaha. Mike Seidel this morning is in Minneapolis, by the way, where temperatures have been in the single digits. Mike, maybe the good news, if any of this, is not a terrible wind right now, but man, do you feel the chill?
I do, yes. When that wind blows, you know how it is, Mike. Your face feels like it's going to crack. It's burning. It's not that bad from that angle, but it's cold, and it's all about getting reacclimated. Not only for me personally, because it's been so warm out on the field, but these folks here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, where they were in the 50s over the past couple of weeks, record highs, and they've been running almost a little over 6 degrees above average for the month compared to last December. This December is running about 14 degrees warmer. Take a look at the cold, folks. Yesterday it was warmer yesterday. It was about average, 24. So it's typically cold here. 24 is the average high, 9 is the average low. And it was cold too for football games. Not only here for the Vikings-Bears game, but how about at Lambeau Field? The frozen tundra was frozen. Temperatures around 20. Look at the fans bundled up. Had some snowflakes as the Packers took out the Lions, so they get the bye. And the Lions will play the wild card this week with the Cowboys. Hello. Hey, come here real quick.
Okay.
How do you like the change in the weather?
I just came back from Arizona.
Oh, my gosh. How's it feel to you?
I like it.
You like the cold weather?
Well, I don't like the too hot heat, so this is fine with me.
You too?
No.
Oh, come over here.
It's like death out here.
It's like what out here?
Death.
It's like death out here. There you go. Well, go ahead and get to where you have to go. Thanks for joining us. So there you go. That's the quote of the morning Kate, it feels like death out here. 2 degrees, wind chill 11 below. We're going to 7 below tomorrow morning, and a wind chill tomorrow morning in the Twin Cities down around 20 to 25 below zero.
Mike,
Luckily, I still have a pulse.
I identify so well with her. I feel ya. I feel ya, lady. I feel ya on that. All right, let's talk about someplace else that it's cold. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you're going to be seeing in Dallas, Texas. 34 degrees there. Got a few clouds, but boy, oh boy, do we have some changes coming for you. It's already cold, but it is getting colder. Now I've got a little quiz for you. This is like a little game that we're going to play with this Arctic air. We have right here, New York City. On this side, we have Dallas. Which do you think is colder this morning, or at least in your head, which should be colder? Well, if you guessed Dallas, you would be right. 29 degrees today. New York, you're actually only at 38 degrees for your low, so definitely a big difference. Your average low, 28 degrees. So in the Northeast, you're actually pretty warm, but look at this high. It's just taking all this cold air. It's dragging it straight out of Canada, and we are feeling it as far south as the Red River. 25 to 45 degrees below average. From Billings to Minneapolis on down south to Oklahoma City. Take a look at the numbers with this. Minneapolis, 11 degrees today. Rapid City, 8 degrees today. I want to show you someplace that's going to be really cold. Denver, 5 degrees for you tomorrow. That's 39 degrees below average, nearly 40 degrees below average. And those are the afternoon highs, Mike. Those aren't even the evening lows.
That's amazing. It is definitely going to be an Arctic chill. Kate, thank you for that. Well, the mystery surrounding AirAsia Flight 8501 apparently will not be solved today. A few hours ago, crews ended a second day of searching for the plane in rough waters of the Java Sea. NBC's Katie Tur is covering this story from Singapore, where it is early evening. Hello, Katie.
Hey there, Mike. Yeah, they stopped searching when darkness fell. They're going to resume again tomorrow morning at dawn, weather permitting. It's monsoon season here in Southeast Asia, so if the weather is too bad, they won't be able to search, or at least it will hamper the effort to some degree. Right now, they're searching around the Belitung Islands, which is halfway between Indonesia and Singapore, right in the middle of that flight path. They've been searching now for 2 full days of daylight, and so far haven't officially found anything. There was a report earlier today that some debris was found, but it's unconfirmed, and it was quite a ways away from the last known location of the plane. And if we learned anything from MH370, it's that all of these initial reports, you have to take them with a grain of salt, because a lot of them turn out to be nothing in the long run. Other twigs, sea debris, you never know what it is. They also found an oil slick earlier today. They tested that, turned out to not be a part of the plane. This is the Java Sea. There's a lot of traffic in the Java Sea, a lot of oil tankers, so there might be a lot of false starts in terms of the search. They will continue searching tomorrow. They're hoping, though, that they're going to be able to find something. They know the last location of this plane, and they're hoping that's going to help them pinpoint where exactly it is. So far, though, no sign of it, and Indonesian families are waiting anxiously, hoping for word, hoping that there's a miracle, that somehow this plane may have crashed on land and that there are survivors, or may have landed somewhere. There's a lot of islands in the area with heavy vegetation, so they are holding out hope, but every hour that passes, it does look a little dimmer. Mike.
Katie, do we know exactly who's assisting in the search, and has the United States offered any assistance at all?
We do know that there are 4 countries assisting in the search right now. It's all being led by Indonesia. Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia have gotten involved. Australia is lending their Orion plane. That's the same plane that they've used to search for MH370. They've got a pretty good fleet of ships and helicopters and airplanes right now. So I think they've got the area of the Java Sea pretty well covered in terms of search effort. I think if they need more help, then they will start entertaining offers from other places.
All right, Katie Tur reporting live from Singapore this morning. Katie, thank you. Well, let's check in now with Anna Rodriguez on the other news stories making headlines this morning. Anna Rodriguez.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning to you at home. Your headlines for this Monday morning. We begin overseas, where the Italian Navy says all passengers have now been pulled off of a burning ferry in the Adriatic Sea. The captain remains on board with 4 Navy officials. The Greek Coast Guard says 5 people died in this fire. Bad weather slowed the rescue operation. Meanwhile, here back home, take a look at this. A surprise of a lifetime for a New York mom and dad. They unwrapped this plain little white envelope. Inside, a note from their son that read, "Your house is paid off. Merry Christmas, your son Joe. All three broke down in tears, including the entire internet. I'm holding back tears right now. Joe developed a successful app for iPhone and the iPad, and that's how he was able to pay off his parents' mortgage. He posted on Facebook, sometimes the best gifts come in lame packages. Those are your headlines for this half hour. AMHQ continues after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low 66. Tuesday, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Then all the parts come together, and there it is, our new car. So that's how Santa fits it in his sleigh.
Wow.
The magic of the season is here at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. This is the pursuit of perfection.
When heartburn comes creeping up on you, fight back with Relief So Smooth. It's fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Guess what goes really well with eggs? Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make breakfast even better. Grand's biscuits make breakfast pop.
When it comes to good nutrition, I'm no expert. That would be my daughter.
Hi, Dad.
She's a dietitian. And back when I wasn't eating right, she got me drinking Boost. It's got a great taste, and it helps give me the nutrition I was missing, helping me stay more like me.
Boost Complete Nutritional Drink has 26 essential vitamins and minerals, including calcium and vitamin D to support strong bones, and 10 grams of protein to help maintain muscle, all with a delicious taste.
Grandpa!
Stay strong, stay active with Boost.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
Are you tired of slicing and dicing by hand and bulky slicers that clutter your countertop? Stop! Introducing 1 Second Slicer, the amazing food preparation station that slices, dices, chops, minces, and juliennes, and then serves, seals, stacks, and stores, all in one compact container the size of a loaf of bread. Why single slice a potato when you can slice the whole potato in 1 second? Slice family-sized fries lightning fast, or a pile of shoestring potatoes in a flash. Slice carrots with incredible speed in any shape or size you need. Stop crying over onions because the 1 Second Slicer chops whole onions in the container without the tears. Slice tomatoes with the speed of a professional chef, or make a full-size fruit salad in less than 60 seconds. The stainless steel blades are laser-honed and razor-sharp to slice deli meat with ease, and cutting cheese cubes is a breeze. Don't slow slice a salad when you can make an entire salad start to finish in just seconds. Or pack them up for parties with family and friends. To clean, simply push a button to release food remnants and then rinse. That's it. And then store it all together inside the container. The 1 Second Slicer, complete with a hinge cutting lid and storage container, stainless steel blade insert, and fresh keeping lid, is yours for just $19.95. Call now and get the amazing V-Slicer to speed slice sausage in the container, veggies on the cutting board, cheese on top of a salad, or a mountain of coleslaw in seconds. The V-Slicer set is a $20 value, but it's yours absolutely free. But wait, order now and we'll double the offer and send a second complete set. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 one-second slicer sets, an incredible $80 value, all for just $19.95. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-570-8565. That's 1-800-570-8565 or go to onesecondslicer.com. Order now.
Good morning, LA. 42 degrees, crystal clear skies for you, but get this. Your highs in the 60s to start your week. But later on this week, big changes thanks to Winter Storm Frona, impacting the mountains a little more so, but cooling down your temperature as well. We've got this big Arctic blast. So if you are going to be going out to the Rose Bowl, you can expect some very cold temperatures. They're at least by LA standards, at least past it. Pack a jacket. I think Oregon fans, you'll be okay, but those fans from FSU may need to bundle up a little more. All right, we've got another storm on the way, that chilly air on the way. Crystal Egger joins us live from LA to talk about what they're expecting. Do you think that for the Rolls, the parade, that they're going to have to bundle up, Crystal?
Absolutely. And, you know, they're in Pasadena for the parade. People are out there overnight sometimes. They're up really early in the morning. So lots of blankets, lots of layers. Temperatures eventually get into the 50s, but it will be a cold start on New Year's Day. So let's take a look at what we're talking about. This is chilly for our standards. As Kate said, we've got a cold air mass dropping out of Canada. The big story with this is the wind and the snow potential. Snow all the way down to lower elevations, around 2,000 feet. Possible snow on the Las Vegas Strip that has a lot of people talking for New Year's Eve, and eventually that storm tracks off to the east. Los Angeles, 50s for daytime highs. Usually we're in the 70s even this time of year, so that is chilly. I know if you live in the Midwest, you're probably thinking that looks like spring, but it is going to be a cool snap. Hopefully you got a new winter coat for Christmas if you live here in Southern California. A lot more to come. We'll send it back to Mike.
All right, Crystal, thank you for that very much. We'll follow that story very, very closely. Well, day 2 of the search for missing Air Asia Flight 8501 has mainly focused on ships, planes, and helicopters scanning the waters where the plane lost communication with air traffic control. It's possible weather played a role in the plane's disappearance, and weather could be a factor in how quickly the plane is found. Rejoining us is Mikey Kay, former pilot with the Royal Air Force, and he's helping us kind of sort through the components of the situation. Mikey, we know that there was bad weather in the location at the time. I want to ask you specifically about the Airbus 320. This is a workhorse of an airplane. It's the one that Airbus manufactures the most of. Tell me about what can happen specifically to the plane in a thunderstorm that may make it difficult for the pilot to control it.
I think there's 3 key aspects really that you're alluding to, Mike, that will give the crew a heads up that there are inclement conditions ahead. The first one is called St. Elmo's fire, and from the cockpit you can actually see a buildup of static over the fuselage of the aeroplane. So that's a really good indicator that you're approaching this thunderstorm activity. The second one is obviously turbulence, and that is updrafts and downdrafts, and it's when you get a rapid shift in the updraft and the downdraft is when it can potentially affect the aircraft structurally. And the third one is icing. Now, icing played a really key role in the Air France 449 disaster. That was the French jet that crashed into the Atlantic off to the coast of Brazil, because one of the pitot tubes, which are those little aluminium prongs that stick outside of the cockpit, that feeds what's called dynamic pressure into the instruments in the cockpit, specifically the airspeed indicator. And when that gets iced up, the airspeed indicator then acts as an altimeter and gives erroneous readings in the cockpit.
Mikey, and now we focus on the search for this plane. They haven't located anything yet. How big of a role does weather play into those that are out there looking for the plane?
Mike, it's absolutely huge. At the moment, we're seeing really bad weather within the search area. That means low cloud bases. It means very intense precipitation. And what all that means is that visibilities are reduced. Now, there are various search assets that are good at coping with those type of weather conditions. The Charlie 130, the Singapores have loaned the Indonesians to, is a workhorse, but it only works with the crew inside looking outside of the cockpit. The AP-3C Orion, however, is the workhorse. That's what you've just brought up there is the Charlie 130. That's what's been given by Singapore. That you've just shown is the AP-3C Orion. That's a Royal Australian Air Force asset, and that's making its way up to the search area now. Now, why this will be key is because it can deploy sonar buoys. Sonar buoys will be able to detect the pings and also potential wreckage. So as soon as that aircraft gets in the area, then that will be a good thing for the search effort.
All right, Mikey K, appreciate your expertise. We know we've got a long way to go in this entire saga, and we'll have more throughout the day right here on the Weather Channel. Still to come this morning on the Weather Channel, we've got the very latest on Winter Storm Frona. Could bring snow as far south as the Las Vegas Strip. Tom Nizzle has details next.
The holidays go high-tech with Holidays in Space at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Join us for an out-of-this-world take on the sights and sounds of the holiday season now through January 4th. Visit tourksc.com for details.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear, low 66. Tuesday, partly cloudy, slight chance of a rain shower, high 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Nourished, rescued, protected, given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love, it's what makes a Subaru.
Once upon a time, there was Steve and me. Then came our sweet little Molly. And a few years later, there was just me and Molly.
Life doesn't always go as planned.
Fortunately, Steve planned for the unexpected, and Molly and I were taken care of. United of Omaha was there for us. As soon as I notified them, they paid our life insurance claim. It took about a day.
At United of Omaha, we pay 87% of life insurance claims within a week.
After all this time, Steve is still taking care of us.
Call now. I'll ask you a few simple questions, and you could have coverage in 3 days with no medical exam. You can protect your family with $100,000 of term life insurance for as little as $23.20 a month.
The most beautiful thing about life is it goes on.
Life insurance.
What do I love most about HSN?
Do I have to pick just one?
If I had to choose, without a doubt, FlexPay.
Hands down.
I absolutely love FlexPay. You actually get the item in your home, then you make monthly payments.
With no interest or fees.
I used it for a new mattress for the guest bedroom.
A new TV for the hubby for his birthday.
A new piece of jewelry for mommy. It gives me the flexibility to buy what we need now without the stress of paying it all at once.
And no interest.
Beat that layaway.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, Every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back, everyone. You're taking a live look at Las Vegas, Nevada. 28 cool degrees right now. We've got usually a dry atmosphere there, so when the sun comes out, it warms up very, very quickly. It cools very quickly at night. But it's going to cool so much and for so long, and we're going to bring in so much moisture, we could get snow. Can you believe it? Tom Nizzle's the man with the answers for Vegas. I'm blown away that we could get snow in Vegas.
Well, you're not going to be by the pool New Year's Eve.
That's for sure.
At least not going to want to even put your toes in the water.
Everyone's going to look good, though. They're going to have their Uggs on. They're going to be all decked out, you know, on the strip there. Let's talk about what happens in Vegas, and this is not a usual event.
No, very uncommon. Last time we had snow back in 2008. We have never had measurable snow on New Year's Eve, only a trace, and only once in our 73-year history did we have measurable snow on New Year's Day, so it's pretty rare.
Usually when they get it, though, it goes away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be fun, I think, to watch and look at. And most people in Vegas, they're walking. So it shouldn't be a huge deal. We'll see what happens at McCarran Airport, though. All right, cold air is where we all start with the storm, though.
Yeah, and it's a combination of this upper-level low that brings energy and also helps with the cold air. There's an Arctic high that also brings that cold air down into the southwest, and that'll set the stage for the precipitation and a wintry mixed bag to start out. The San Gabriel, San Bernardino, we're actually going to see some snow here in L.A. above about 3,000 feet tomorrow.
And then you make the trek maybe from a lot of folks from Los Angeles to go to Vegas for New Year's, and they're going to run into potentially some issues if they're traveling on New Year's Eve itself.
Yeah, 15, any elevation in there is going to compound the problems there, so you're going to want to be careful. The other area, and these are huge impacts, I-40 west of Flagstaff, probably somewhere in the range of 12 to 16 inches of snow through New Year's Day there, so that's going to be a rough one to watch.
There's that high elevation there, so they generally are well equipped to handle the snow there, but over into, say, that the park, they're going to have some real problems. We could see, you know, maybe halfway down 17 towards Phoenix, some opportunities for snow. Phoenix, what do you think?
Phoenix itself, I think, is going to be too warm, but right around there, any elevation above about 2,500 feet is going to produce snow. Even outside of Tucson, some of the mountains in there will see the snow. And Vegas will probably turn over to snow 8, 9 p.m. just before the revelers are out there.
The timing is going to be impeccable, that's for sure. So good amount of snow is coming our way in some spots here, as much to 5 to 8, a little bit more than that. And then, Tom, we've got another concern as the storm wants to push then east.
Yeah, and this is a classic setup as it does go eastward. Let's take a look at Vegas. 30 degrees is going to be that overnight low going into New Year's Day, and that's where we look for that rain-snow combination turning to snow. And then this low-pressure system lifts out. There's a lot of cold air down near the surface of the earth here. And what comes into play, Mike, just to the east of Texas?
Oh, Gulf moisture.
Yeah,
the two together are a pretty nasty combination in this time of year.
And this is our concern. So as we go into Wednesday night, and Thursday, you'll see what happens here. This entire area lights up in purple. That signifies freezing rain, warm moisture aloft, comes down, turns into rainfall, hits the surface below 32 and freezes that area up. That's going to be Wednesday night into Thursday.
So a place maybe Fort Worth and maybe St. Angelo, very near San Antonio, very near Austin. Midland could get hit. And even Dallas on New Year's Day itself could be real issues.
That's got me really concerned. Dallas and running right up to Oak City as well. Those are areas we'll have to be concerned about, so be prepared if you're going to be out.
Could get really dangerous on New Year's Day. Hopefully you're just inside and don't have to travel. All right, Kate, we'll have more details with Tom, but don't forget you get more on weather.com as well.
You know, Mike, a lot of people are going to be traveling to the Big Apple, where we have workers starting to put the finishing touches on the huge ball that will ring in the new year. Here's a live look at Times Square. Nothing like it will look on New Year's Eve, where we'll see about 1 million people try and cram in there on Wednesday night. Now, more than 250 newly designed Waterford crystal triangles adorn the crystal ball. This Times Square Alliance is honoring the humanitarian work of the International Rescue Committee. With these crystals, they join the other 2,400 crystals already in place. Again, 1 million plus trying to cram in there. So it's good news. You'll have all those folks in Times Square to help you warm up. You'll need the body heat. 28 degrees. It looks like when you head out there to Times Square, by the time you get to midnight, it'll be a lot colder. Look at this. Snow in Las Vegas. It's possible whenever we hit midnight. Can you believe that? Ringing in the new year on the Las Vegas Strip with some snowflakes. That sounds remarkable. All right, we're going to continue to follow the search for the missing AirAsia flight 8501. The search has been suspended for the day because it is nightfall there. So as we told you, storms were in the area when the plane vanished from radar on Sunday morning. It is monsoon, the monsoon over there. So very common to have these thunderstorms over the Java Sea. The Airbus A320 was carrying 162 people when it disappeared 42 minutes into flight. There were, like we said, storms in the area at the time. Large waves and clouds hampered search efforts on Sunday. And now this is the first major incident for AirAsia in recent years. We're going to continue to cover this and the weather angle for this with you. Whether it was icing, whether it was thunderstorms, Mike, all day, all night, we're going to keep you up to date.
Still remains a mystery as of right now. Well, stick around. AMHQ will be back tomorrow morning. Right now, though, Weather Center Live with Jen Carfagno and Chris Warren. Have a terrific day, everyone.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 81. Tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. Low 66. Tuesday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 83. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's back. The Arctic chill, that is. 2014 ending the year on a frigid note. We've got wind chill advisories posted in 12 states this morning, and it's going to get worse. We're timing it out.
Plus, we're tracking the mystery of